just about set. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Luis Severino. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Francisco Lindor, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Swing and a foul out of play. And a pitch. This one in the air, center field. Lede under it. And out number one on the grab. Here's a Mets lineup now. And one to watch, of course, their three-hole hitter, Pete Alonso.
Well, these days we know teams, you know, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So, you know, they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Juan Soto in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Hammered down the right side, but foul. One out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with two strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
And that is out of play. Here's a 1-1. Next offering misses down and away. Two out, space is empty. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Way back there. And that's going to bang against the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way. But that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field.
So, runner at second, two down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Swung on, belted. That's back. And it one-hops the wall. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Man at second here with two away. Here's Starling Marte. Off the mark there. And that's ball one.
1-0.
Fastball catches the corner at the knees. Next offering in there for a strike. Now 1-2. Nimmo at second with two down. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Mets 1 and the Athletics coming to bat. Back here with my pal Singy, and on the hill in this one, David Peterson. What do you look for here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Bottom of the first. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson. That just misses.
Ball.
1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
Line to left, and that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and he's there with a leadoff double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
And now the right fielder, Brent Rooker. Yeah, that's fouled off. That one fouled off. Man at second. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. No outs. Runner on second. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That one missed. Stays alive. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. On the ground to first. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out. And time now to check out the A's lineup. This is an offense, Chris, that's having a hard time scoring runs right now.
Yeah, sometimes things just aren't going to click, and unfortunately what happens is players press, they try to do a little bit more, and they get out of their game. You've got to let the game come to you. If you chase it, it's going to run from you. So this is a team that just needs to calm down, relax, and understand that they're going to come out of this.
Tyler Soderstrom at the plate now. That's ball 1. And that's through there for a strike. And now it's even 1-1. That one almost got him. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. In comes the runner from third. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. That one's in there, 0-1.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Outside corner, got him looking. Here's Miguel Andujar. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
No, that missed.
Tied up here in the early going. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Gets a piece and stays alive. Soderstrom, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a ground ball. Toss to Alonso, and the inning is over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Mark Vientos. Severino back to work. Tap foul at the plate. Severino can't glove it cleanly. Still fires to first, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
Oh, you could tell he was stiffing that hit all the way. Great hustle getting down the line. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Now it's the second baseman, Brett Beatty. And that one's a little bit low. And that is ball 1. Fastball for a strike. Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on, when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
Rooker makes the grab, and there's one down. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Jose Siri in the box now. No balls and a strike.
No ball.
Man,
1 strike.
I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
In there at the knees. And it's 0-2.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Man at first, one away. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings and misses, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Hayden Sanger. And a base hit into left field. That'll play. And now 2 aboard.
Wastes no time there. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So the lineup flips over. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Vientos over at second. Sanger at first. 2 out of the inning. That clips the corner.
Well, this is a higher leverage spot, and I love the way that he's turned things around. He's got 2 outs now ahead in this count, and he can pretty much dictate what's going to happen next in terms of the pitch sequence.
Severino kick steals the other way, and foul ball. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And we're back.
Leading
Bottom
up
of the
48,
second. This is J.J. Bleday.
J.J. Bleday.
And that's outside. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 1.
1-1.
Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. Good job to fight that one off. 2-2 now. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. In the air, left field, down the line. And that's a foul ball. And it remains 2-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
And that one is downstairs, and it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fights it off, you'll see another. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And he grounds one to the right side. Beatty to first. So they get the out after a long battle at the plate.
Seven, the third baseman, Luis Urias.
Here's Luis Urias. To the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, Max Muncy.
Max Muncy up next for the A's. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-0. Lifted in the air, right center field. Marte going after it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So they go quietly there. We played 2 full, all tied 1-1. New inning getting started, and now the DH, Juan Soto.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Next pitch is outside. There's the swing and a miss.
1-2.
Hit on the ground to short. And that one finds its way through. So a man on base to start the inning.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. A double and a run scored his first time up. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Alonso goes 6 feet 3 inches, 245 pounds, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. Foul ball there.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. And that's downstairs. Ball 1. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Andujar makes the play. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, Starling Marte.
Starling Marte up to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Let's go green and gold, baby. Let's go.
Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And here is Mark Vientos. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw. Save. It was never going to be easy after the misplay.
Now, Boog,
Second
I don't
base,
have the numbers to
Red.
back this up or anything,
Baby.
but I think pitchers who tend to rack up a bunch of strikeouts sometimes end up with more errors behind them in the field just because the defenders aren't as involved in the game. They're not as sharp, and who knows if that played any factor there, but I think there could be something to it.
And here is Brett Beatty. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Ball.
Close pitch there,
One ball,
and
one
he's kind of
strike.
wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Base hit. One run is in. Fires to the plate. And he's out.
He's out.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across one. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Mets 2 and the A's 1. Set for the bottom of the 3rd, and here's the catcher, Johnny Pareda. This one in the air, right field. And that will drop foul.
You know, these A's showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Smoked on the ground a second. Gets it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
The batter, number 5, shortstop Jacob Wilson.
Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Doubled leading off the ball game, then came around to score the first run of the game. Gets the call, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
One down, base is empty. And a foul ball.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. But the hands are still stinging after that one.
The 0-2. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-2.
Pitch misses there. 2-2. Fastball is outside.
Full count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Nimmo makes the play, and there are 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front
Now
shoulder
batting,
coming
the
over
right
instead
fielder,
of staying
Flores.
closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And that one is lifted in the air. Siri in position. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the
Leading off for the
ballpark.
Mets,
And
the
now the
center
center fielder,
fielder,
Jose Siri.
Siri.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Well, these Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's the catcher, Hayden Sanger. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Out to short. Wilson. And a couple of quick outs.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now it's Frankie Lindor. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Just missed.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Andujar under it. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Bottom of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom.
Soderstrom.
Yeah. 0-1.
Next offering is in for a strike. In the air, left field. Nimmo flashes the leather on the running catch.
Now
this can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Swing and a foul straight back. The A's trailing by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
And there's a ball.
Sometimes you got to fight to get back into an at-bat. Take some tough pitches, even out the count.
Now this is in the air down the line. Nimmo makes the catch. Out number 2.
The left fielder, number 22, Miguel
Andujar up next for the A's. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a foul straight back. In the air, right field. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down that time. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Mets 2 and the A's 1. And we're back. Top 5, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Juan Soto. Severino back to work. Fastball for a strike.
Well, these Mets really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone. And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game because If a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of
That's a
pressure
ball.
on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. That one drifts
that missed. That's
inside.
the ball.
That's out to center field. Blade under it. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. 1 for 2. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Foul ball still 0-2. Ball one
That's the
there.
ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Chris, third time through the order and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Brandon Nimmo will hit next. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
1
2
and
down,
out.
nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser
No, that's out.
just off the edge of the plate.
The 2-1.
That missed. That's a ball.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
They say you win.
2. Count is full.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the center fielder, J.J. Blade. Just missed. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Kodai Senga, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Minter, a left-hander, also throwing. In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. He sends it out of here. And we have a tie ball game. It's 2-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Next up for the A's, Luis Urias. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1.
Bro, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
And that one fouled off.
Ball.
Nobody
2 balls,
on,
1 strike.
nobody out with a run in. Last half of inning number 5. Inside, almost got him. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Singer makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, second baseman, Max Muncy.
Max Muncy up next for the A's. Flied to right his first time. Just off the inside edge. And there's a strike.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Fastball for a strike. Swings here and blasts one left field. That one carrying. Tattooed and gone. So he goes yard to left. It's their second home run of the inning, and the A's jump in front. It's 3-2.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. David Peterson gives way, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching
Kodai
for the
Senga
Mets,
on to pitch out of the pen here.
Number 34.
This is his third time out this year.
Kodai Senga.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Johnny Pareda. Check swing, called strike.
0-1.
A's leading by a run. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Siri hauls it in for the out. And there's two away.
The batter, number 5, shortstop Jacob.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's,
Wilson.
Jacob Wilson. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working as the A's are on top. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Now here is Starling Marte. And that misses. And that is ball 1. The A's bullpen has some movement. TJ McFarland, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Perdomo getting loose as well. And that's down and away.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
And that's through there for a strike.
So after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And delivers outside. Mark Vientos in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Mark Vientos digs in now. And that one is in for a strike. And ball 1. And that one a little below the knees, and it's 2-1. And he can't come up with it.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And here comes Mark Kotze as he's ready to make a change and go to the bullpen. Luis Severino is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Osvaldo
Athletics,
Vito will take over here.
number 45.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
One down. Here's the second baseman, Brett Beatty. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And that one fouled off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Got him swinging. And now it's Jose Siri. 0-2 in this one.
Siri.
Siri in his 4th year, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. 2 outs. That one outside.
outside.
Ball
Ball.
2. And a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Sit him down. 2-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So a strong showing here from the A's bullpen. 2-3-4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the A's 3 and the Mets 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Brett Rooker.
Rooker.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
It's 0-1. Here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One away, bottom of the sixth.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and
Number
understandably
station,
so.
number
0-2
21.
count. You feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Tap dances out of the way of that one. Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. Pitch misses, and it's 3-0. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter
Now
didn't
batting,
offer at it.
the
Now he
designated
has somebody
hitter.
to worry about over at first.
Shea Langoliers now at the plate. Misses again, 5 in a row.
1-0.
Next offering is fouled back. The 1-1 is fouled off. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the
The left
opposite
fielder,
kind of
number
approach
22,
that you want with
Miguel.
2 strikes. You want to let the ball
I'm
travel.
too hard.
Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Miguel Andujar, the next to hit. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Soderstrom leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Now 1-1. That's a little bit low. Up and in, 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Stays alive. And ball four, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this
Up
inning
next,
alive,
for the
puts a
A's,
runner in the scoring
the center
position,
fielder,
and a chance for this
J.J.
offense to add on to their lead.
Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday. It was a homer for him back in the 5th. Just a solo shot, but an important swing in this game.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful swing as well. Everything just came together timing-wise, and he blasted it out of here.
First pitch
That's it.
misses.
Ball.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat
Ball.
them.
And that misses. Now
2 balls,
2-0.
no strikes.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And that's a little bit high. And it's 3-0. Luis Urias next to bat for the A's. First and second, 2 down. Fastball for a strike.
3-1.
Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch.
Count is
3-1.
full.
You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. one there, got him looking, and that one split the plate. A's strand a couple, but they still lead at 3-2.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back.
Athletics.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on
Number
the mound,
48.
T.J. McFarland.
TJ.
Well, the best relievers love
Yes,
the opportunity
Garland.
to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading off
Well,
for the Mets.
one-run
the catcher,
game. Hayden Sanger up now for the Mets. That clips the corner. That misses
the
the
ball.
zone, and it's 1-1.
1-1.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Looking to get the tying run on base. Got it. And that's the first out. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here's Francisco Lindor. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Yeah, that's fouled off. That one almost
1-1.
got him.
That's a ball.
Trying to
2-1.
hold a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Next pitch
Ball.
misses, and now 3 balls
3-1.
and a strike. One down, base is empty. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couldn't have
Up
timed
next
it
for the
up
Mets,
any better
the
than that.
designated
I know
hitter,
that was a ground
Juan.
ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Man at first with 1 gone. Here's Juan Soto. 1 for 3. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in
0-1.
here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Now back, the first baseman.
Pete Alonso will hit next.
Alonso.
This guy with light tower power. That catches the zone for a strike. It's 0-1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
And that one is
Oh, that's the ball,
downstairs.
that's the ball.
And 1-1. Next offering
2-1.
is outside. Lindor off of first with 2 away. That
That's the
one
ball. That's
misses.
inside.
3-1.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
In the air, right field. Rooker on the move. Nabs it, and that is that. Mets lead 1. They're down 3-2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. A.J. Minter.
Now
Pretty
pitching
tight
for
game,
the
so
New
they're
York
looking
Mets.
for quality pitches out of him right
Number
here.
33.
Got to do his best to keep the score
A.J.
right where it is.
Minter.
Now the third
Leading
baseman,
up
Luis
for the A's,
Urias.
the third baseman, Luis Urias.
Right through there for a strike. Double-barreled action
0-1.
in the bullpen. Reed Garrett appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Stanek also getting ready. That one's
1-1.
upstairs, ball 1. Hit in the air, center field. Siri drifts towards it. 1 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Max.
Now it's the second baseman, Max
Muncy.
Muncy. He's already homered in this game. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Look pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Oh, he hit him.
You hit him.
And that got
You
him pretty
got him.
flush. He had 2
Now
strikes on
batting,
him,
the catcher,
and he hit him.
Johnny.
So, man aboard.
Pareda.
And here's the catcher, Johnny Pareda. That misses,
Oh.
and it's 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
1-1. That's
Just
the ball.
missed. In the air, right side. Marte hauls it in, and there's 2 away. And the batter will
Up
be the
next for
shortstop,
the A's.
Jacob Wilson.
The shortstop,
His hit for
Jacob
that pop came out of the gates really
Wilson.
strong.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Misses
That's the
just
ball.
off the outside edge. I think that was
1
a
ball, 1
strike.
strike.
Swing
Yeah.
and a miss. There's the changeup.
1-2 is the count.
Started
got?
after the 1-2 pitch, appeal to first, and he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. The A's strand 1, but they're up 3-2.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
Athletics,
and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
37.
Jose Leclerc.
Jose.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading off for the Mets,
Well,
the left
1-run
fielder,
game.
number 9,
Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. There's a strike.
0-1.
In the air, out towards left center. Andujar sizes this one up. Drops into the glove. 1 up, 1 down.
the right fielder, number 6.
So up next, Starling Marte. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Holding on to a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. And another ball. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And outfielders playing deep, infielders guarding the lines. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 3 up. All right, ready to get underway.
Off the afternoon
and stepping
for the
in for
Mets,
New York,
the
Francisco
shortstop,
Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
And that's in for a strike. And we are underway. The wind of the pitch. This one lifted in the air, left field. Puts it away for the out. And a quick out, number 1. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustments. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Hard hit, right side. Sends it to first. They get the out on Soto.
Batting third, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. Severino, 31 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Inside, just missed. And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on.
Nope, ball.
Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He flexes his power with that swing. Home run number 5 on the season, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the lob, and gets the home run.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. There's a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
And the 0-1. And that is out of play. Severino. And that's a strikeout. Mike Fillmore says he won a round. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here with my pal Singy. On the hill here today, David Peterson.
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count, and to opposite guys be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
The 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Marte looks it away for the out. And there's one away. And time now to check out the A's lineup. And Singy against the southpaw on the mound. The Skippers loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boo. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
So digging in, Brent Rooker.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And the 0-2. He goes down looking.
Oh, man, just locked him up with that slider. Even though it caught a lot of the zone. And I think that tells you all you need to know about what he was looking for in the box, and it clearly was not that pitch.
Tyler Soderstrom stands in now and watches strike one. That pitch clips the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Two out, space is empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. A's go quickly and quietly there. They're down 1-0. And we're back. Top of the second. And stepping in for New York, Starling Marte. Severino back to work. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count. Umpiring behind the plate for us today, Boog, is Mike Fillmore, and he is a good one. He'll reward pitches on the edges a little bit, but the main thing is he doesn't keep you guessing. Once he established that a pitch is a strike, it stays that way.
Yeah, Fillmore, kind of, I don't know, you'd say maybe an umpire's umpire, but really consistent, very fair. Breaking ball in there, got him looking, and there's one down.
That is it. The third baseman,
Mark Vientos digs in now. That's off the mark. 1-0. And no one can get there. Just kind of slice that one into center.
Batting 7th, the second baseman, Brett.
And next for the Mets, Brett Beatty. That one's in there, and that is strike one. Here goes the runner. On the ground to third. And it stays fair. The throw to third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Batting eighth, the center fielder.
Runners in the
Jose
corners here. One
Siri.
away. Jose Siri up now for the Mets. And that
Ball.
misses. And that's ball one.
1-0.
Vientos, the runner at third. Baden over at first with one away. And misses
That missed. That's the ball.
inside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the
2-0.
advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Just
No, that
missed.
missed. That's a ball. 3-0.
Next offering is in for a strike. Runners at the corners, one away. Here at the top of the second. And that'll load
That's
the bases.
ball 4.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about
Batting
creating
ninth,
opportunities,
the catcher,
and this is one of them
Hayden
right here.
Sanger.
So bases all loaded up. And now Hayden Sanger. Golden opportunity right here. Check swing called strike. 0-1.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Look pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Bases loaded, top of the second. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That missed by a
1 ball,
lot.
2 strikes.
And to count 1-2. In the air out to center. Mlb trying to track this one down. Got it. Nice grab. 2 away down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Fly to left his first time. Right through there for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
That missed. That's a ball.
Bases loaded. 2 down. And a count 1-2.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss. And that is that.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. It's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And welcome back to
Leading
the
up
ballpark.
for the A's,
Ready to go
the
for the last
designated
half of the
hitter.
inning. And the batter now, Shea Langoliers.
Langoliers.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
No balls. 1 strike. Ball.
And that's
That's a
outside.
ball.
Ground ball left
Foul
side.
ball.
And it goes just foul. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Marte pulls it down, and there's one away.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Miguel
Here's Miguel Andujar. And the first pitch misses for ball one. And a swing and a miss there.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And that one off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Good job to fight that one off. 1 out, base is empty.
Ball. You got a full count.
And that's inside and a good at bat, ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game.
It's not easy laying off that pitch. It's designed to fool you, but he just wasn't fooled at all.
This is J.J. Bleday. Fought off foul. Next pitch is outside. Tying run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Way outside, and it's 2-1. Swinging a drive, deep right field. Way back there. And out of here. He hammers one out to right. His second of the year, and they add a pair. It's 2-1.
Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Luis Urias in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is fouled back. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
1 and 2's the count.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
So a man at first. Max Muncy getting ready to hit. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Here's the catcher, Johnny Pareda. First pitch, and he just misses.
1-0.
Grounds one to short. Lindor. And that is that. The A's with a 2-run blast. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. On to the third inning. So now here's the Mets DH, Juan Soto. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Ball one, no strikes.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very confident because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball. He's a threat deep into the count as well.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Severino kicks, deals. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. His second of the year. It's 2-2.
You almost feel bad for the baseball when Juan Soto hits it. His swing is so powerful.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
So up next for New York, Pete Alonso. Ball one low.
That's low.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And that's too high.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
The 3-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Liner, base hit.
He was all over that
The
one.
left
Got a
fielder,
fastball,
number 9,
middle of the plate,
Brandon
jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, these Mets showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Alonso gets his lead at first, nobody out. Goes down looking. Here's Starling Marte. He's 0 for 1.
Starling Marte.
Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. That one misses. One ball, one strike.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Runner on the move. Up the middle. Off balance speed. There's one. And that's two. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. 2-2 game. Set for the bottom of the third. Digging in,
shortstop,
Jacob Wilson. And he hits a ground ball right side. Alonso steps on the bag. One up, one down.
Now batting, right fielder, Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Went down on strikes his first time through. Late swing fouled off. Down the middle for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first. Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Coming home. He'll score.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch. And right off the bat, he knew he was taking that wide turn at first to head for second.
Shea Langoliers, the next to hit, flied to right his first time. And that one upstairs, ball one. The 1-0. Swing and a ball popped up. Alonso under this one. He makes the catch, and there's two down.
Now batting, the left fielder, Miguel Andujar.
Miguel Andujar up next for the A's. He reached on a walk his first time. And a foul ball. Just missed.
1-1.
That one drilled left field, and that's just foul. And that's in the dirt.
2-2.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Runner at second, two down here in the last half of the third. Line drive, makes the play, and it's out number 3. A's get one on the RBI double. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Mark Vientos. fouled off. He was late. There's a swing and a drive. That one is back. And it's gone. And that should quiet this home crowd. His first homer of the year, and we're level. It's 3-3.
This game is breathing new life thanks to that home run, and that's exactly what they needed. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So up next, Brett Beatty. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Beatty measures 6 feet 2 inches, 25 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2019.
0-2.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Still able to come through behind in the count
center
right
fielder,
there. Just kept
Jose
it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And now Jose Siri walked his first time. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Out of here. A 2-run blast. Second home run of the inning for them. It's 5-3. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Really great job of anticipation there. He knows he throws the sinker. That one down in the zone. You're trying to beat it to the spot it's getting to. Well, he won.
Hayden Sanger will hit next. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Nobody out with 3 runs in already this frame. Top half of inning number 4. Check swing, no appeal. 1-1.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. So the batting order turns over. Next to hit, Francisco Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a ball lifted in the air left field. Pretty well struck. And it hits the fence. And he'll pull into second safely.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
1 out, runner at second. And now it's Juan Soto. He's already homered here in this one. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And there's a foul ball. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Rooker pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. He's already homered in this game. And that's downstairs.
That's the ball.
Ball one. Lindor stands at second with 2 gone. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Next pitch is outside. And there's the strike. The next pitch misses, and the count's full. Brandon Nimmo waiting to hit for the Mets. Runner at second, 2 down. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lindor around third. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 3. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Luis Severino departs, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for the
Tyler
A's,
Ferguson into the game.
number
Still
44.
pretty early in the ball game, so this
Tyler
bullpen has some work ahead of him.
Ferguson.
Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And there's the strike. Pulls that one foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. But 2 round trippers in this inning, the long ball was working. And they've doubled up now. It's 6-3. You're dialed into the show. Bottom of the 4th, and now here is J.J. Bleday.
J.J. Bleday.
And it's fouled away.
You know, these Athletics doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Caught him looking for the K. Here's Luis
Now batting,
Arias.
third
1 for
baseman,
1 with a single
Luis
so far.
Arias.
That misses, and that's ball 1. And another ball. The Athletics trailing by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And that's in there at the knees. That one catches the zone, and the count is even 2-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
The batter, number 10.
2 out, space is empty.
Second baseman,
Max Muncy
Max
digs in now. 0 for 1 so
Muncy.
far.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
And first offering is fouled off. Just
No, that's
missed. To third, Vientos. Tosses across to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing doing there for the A's, and they're still doubled up. It's 6-3. We go to the top of the
Leading off for
fifth.
the Mets,
Starling Marte
the right
up to
fielder,
hit.
number 6, Starling Marte.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, these Mets, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
The 1-1.
Hey! 1 and 2.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Mark Vientos
Up next for the Mets,
up now for the
third
Mets.
baseman, Mark Vientos.
That one
Ball, that's
misses,
outside.
and it's 1-0.
Hey!
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Next pitch
2-1.
misses way outside. One down, base is empty.
Ball. Full count.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 2 down, base
The
is
batter,
empty.
number 7.
Here's the second
Second
baseman,
baseman,
Brett Beatty.
Brett
He's 2 for 2.
Beatty.
First
That
offering,
missed,
and it
that's the
just
ball.
misses.
1-0.
Started to
Ball.
swing, held up. And that
Yeah.
one is in for a strike. Good pitch. That one fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two outs. That's off the mark. 3-2 now.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Got him looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the A's 3. And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
for the A's,
And now the catcher
the
comes
catcher,
up to him.
Johnny
Johnny Pareda.
Pareda.
Peterson back to work. That pitch gets the inside corner. That's strike 1.
You know, these A's, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Next offering
that missed.
misses.
That's a ball.
It's a ball and 2 strikes.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Toss to Alonso. And that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through
Now
one more
batting,
inning,
the
anything
shortstop,
after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the A's, the right fielder.
2 outs, base is empty. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. 1 for 2. And a breaking ball misses outside.
1 ball, no strikes.
That's inside. And that's ball 2.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Ripped on the ground to second. Handles, throws to first. And that is the inning. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. And can't cut into that 6-3 deficit. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Jose Siri. Hit on the ground to the right side. And foul ball. Swing and a miss at a slider. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Osvaldo Bido up and throwing. Leclerc, a hard throwing right-hander, up as well. Just misses with that one.
Just not taking the bait right there, but a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Rooker makes the catch for the out. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, catcher Hayden.
Here's the
Sanger.
catcher for the Mets, Hayden Sanger. There's a strike. Outside low, and now it's even 1-1. Up the middle, Wilson whips it to first on the run. Got him. Nice play.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
There's a strike. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Comes up empty.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That one lifted to left on Duhar. Makes his way towards it, snags it on the run. And that's the 3rd out. Offense held in check there. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the A's 3. Bottom of the 6th. Leading off, Tyler Soderstrom. That one the other way. It gets down, base hit. And they had their first base runner since the 3rd inning.
Didn't take long to get a result
Now
for that at bat. Just a real nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. David Peterson won't go any further, and not a great performance, but he leaves with a big lead. New arm when we get back.
Now pitching for
The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Kodai Senga.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Soderstrom on at first. Nobody out. Inside. Now 1-2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. Got him. One gone here.
Well, that's great execution of the pitch right there, and the battery working together. Catcher does a nice job to present that to the umpire and get that called third strike.
Miguel Andujar up next for the A's. Swinging a foul straight back. Man at first, one away. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And the pitch is outside. Ball one. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Next one misses. And the count now even up.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Here's the 2-2. And that just misses.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Here's the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. And that's off the inside edge. Ball one. And another ball. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Luis Urias in the on-deck circle for the A's. The Mets leading by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
First and second, 2 outs. Now the third baseman, Luis Urias. Fastball is outside. Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. That one off the mark. 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0.
Two on, 2 outs. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
2-1.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. And that ends the inning.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Athletics.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the
Number
mound.
37.
Jose Leclerc.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Juan Soto now.
Soto.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Leclerc, a 6-foot righty, 31 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. He swings and fouls one off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. And stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
And a foul ball. And a slider misses down and away. And the next pitch is way outside. And that is out of play. One down, base is empty. And down on strikes. Coming out of the bullpen throwing BBs.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Nimmo in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. And a swing and a miss.
It's been a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
On the ground, out to short. Wilson. No throw. He's safe at first.
Really nice job with 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
2 outs, runner at first. Now it's going to be Starling Marte. And that clips the inside corner. Nimmo, the runner at first with 2 gone. Leclerc checks the runner. Nimmo back on a dive. Here comes the 0-1. Just off the inside edge. On the ground, right side. Whips it to first. Out number 3. Mets strand 1 as they're unable to add to their 6-3 lead.
Now pitching for
We're
New
back
York.
in a new pitcher here to start the
Number
bottom of the 7th.
75.
Reed Garrett. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Garrett.
Now, Max
Leading up
Muncy.
for the A's,
The A's
second baseman,
in striking
Max
distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
On the ground, right side. A dive. Nice stop. And they get the out.
Well, you can see right there, he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice
Now
diving
batting,
stop.
the
Gets
catcher,
up to complete the
Johnny
play. That'll fire the team up for sure.
Reyna.
Johnny Pareda up next for the A's. Pitch in the dirt. And that is ball 1. There's a strike at the knees. Action in the pen down there. Ryan Stanek appears to be getting loose. Minter, the lefty, warming up as well. In there at the knees for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Went back to the cutter, and it was worthwhile.
Well, that's
The
always the
batter,
key
number 5.
to effective
Shortstop,
pitching is getting
Jacob.
ahead in the count. And as a
Wilson.
pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Not even close there. And it's 1-1. That one out to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that'll do it. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the A's 3.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
Athletics,
and a new arm on the mound to start
number
the 8th.
45.
Osvaldo Bido.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this
Bido.
season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
And now it's
Leading
going to
off for the
be
Mets,
Mark
the third
Vientos.
baseman, Mark Vientos.
On the ground to the left, Urias. Fires across the diamond. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Really nice
The
job
batter,
to get your
the second
first
baseman,
out of the ball game.
Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. And there's a ball. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Justin Sterner, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Murdoch getting cranked up as well. One down, base is empty. That's a strike. And that one inside, and it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. And now the center fielder, Jose Siri. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion. And those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
0-1.
On the ground, could be two. He flips it to second in time. And it's a double play to end the inning. Nothing doing here this half. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the A's 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready for the bottom of the eighth at the plate. Brent Rooker. Garrett back to work. Oh, look at the stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Number 21, Tyler Soderstrom.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
A little bit low. Ball one. Activity in the bullpen. Edwin Diaz, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. The Athletics trailing by 3 here, the bottom half of the eighth inning. Hit hard on the ground to short. Lindor on to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
2 down, bases empty. And next is the designated hitter, Shea Langoliers. 0 for 3 in this one. And the first offering is not close. And another ball. That misses the zone. And now 3-0. There's a strike. Pitch is in there, and now it's filled up 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
A's,
and here comes the closer, Mason Miller.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Here's the catcher to hit, Hayden Sanger. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.